Good evening. My name is Lynn Long, and I'm a PhD student at the Georgia Baptist College of Nursing of Mercer University. This presentation is in partial fulfillment of the requirements for Nursing 810 Ethics in Healthcare and Research. I'd like to share with you Marsha Fowler's influences in religion, ethics, and nursing practice. I'll begin with some background information and then move to her profound impact on our nursing profession. I will highlight her position on patient advocacy and her role in working with the American Nurses Association Ethics Committee. Marsha Fowler is a nurse ethicist and expert in the intersections of religion, ethics, and nursing practice. Currently, she is a professor of spirituality and ethics at the Azusa Pacific University Haggard Graduate School of Theology. She teaches courses in bioethics, Christian ethics, and parish nursing. In addition to her teaching responsibilities, Fowler is also a minister and interim pastor at Trinity Presbyterian Church, located in Pasadena, California. She continues her ministry abroad in the Republic of Russia as a consultant in the humanitarian technical assistance. For her educational background, Fowler received her bachelor's and master's degrees in nursing, as well as a PhD in religion and social ethics from the University of California. She also holds a Master of Divinity degree from Fuller Theological Seminary, located in California. Fowler has written numerous books, book chapters, and published over 100 articles in peer-reviewed journals. Fowler is politically active as well. She has served as past chairman of the California Nurses Association as well as the American Nurses Association Ethics Committee. Fowler has received many awards for her scholarly work, including the American Nurses Association Honorary Human Rights Award. She's also named a Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. Fellow in Bioethics at Harvard University. In addition to all of these things, Fowler continues to lecture internationally on ethics in nursing, suffering, nursing and religion, and health disparities. So let me tell you a little bit about Fowler's view with religion and nursing care. Fowler states that there's a critical lack of attention in nursing research that encompasses nursing, suffering, and religion. To provide the best care possible, Fowler proclaims that religion must be a central component. About 85% of the world's population is religious, noting about 12 classical religions, including Baha'i, Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, Judaism, Shinto, Sikhism, Taoism, and Zoroastrianism. The most prevalent religious group is Christianity, encompassing 33% of the world's population. Interestingly, about 16% of the world's population identify themselves as non-religious. So let me ask you, since about 3/4 of the world's population identifies with a religion, then why do we not incorporate their beliefs and traditions into nursing care? Many assessment tools are used by healthcare institutions. They actually do inquire about the religiosity of a patient, but are often incomplete when incorporating the patient's religious traditions into the plan of care. So, to begin with, Fowler's discussions of religion, she has 6 basic considerations. The first is that religious traditions are different. Each different religion has sub-traditions within each religion. While the sub-tradition of the religion may have core elements of the main religious tradition, it could be demonstrated differently. Secondly, is one in which religion and culture are inseparable. For example, Catholicism, as she says, is celebrated around the world, yet different cultural influences are apparent from one region to another. Catholics celebrate the tenets of Catholicism, but may worship with different altars and themes. She goes on to say that religion and religious traditions can be thought of in a continuum. This is not limited to practices and beliefs, but rather how someone views culture and politics. She cites an example to help us out. Conservative American Christians are oftentimes associated with the Republican Party politics. Similarly, individuals may practice their stated religion, yet have different beliefs. The individual may state, for example, that he or she is a practicing Catholic, but not regularly attend church service. Her fourth consideration is one where the individual may modify or even reject certain tenets of his or her religion. The fifth consideration is what Fowler calls one of religious toxicity. This is intended for the individual to move beyond this toxicity and have a positive understanding of their health and illness. The final consideration is religion commingled with civil religion by unifying people and their use of their religious language and symbols. For example, a political civil religion is linked to expressions such as God bless America. These considerations, according to Fowler, form a basis for theoretical understanding. This understanding of religious influences in a patient's life is the beginning to provide comprehensive care for the patient. Fowler's position on patient advocacy is to first acknowledge the traditional route. Upward hierarchy reporting within the institution involves immediate communication with the person being judged. This continues until the situation is resolved. She admits while this is a laborious process, it is available to all nurses. We can expect institutions to have in place formalized policies to report illegal, incompetent, or morally inappropriate behavior. A second effective route for patient advocacy is the Institutional Ethics Committee. These committees prepare guidelines for efficiently and effectively handling specific problems. Fowler states that if nurses stay silent, these guidelines will never be developed. She goes on to say that patient advocacy is a means to a nurturative, generative, and supportive practice in nursing. Historically, Fowler served on the ANA's Committee on Ethics and as a member of the project team for the evaluation of the 1985 Code for Nurses with Interpretive Statements, also for the revisions that were completed in 1995, 2001, and 2012 and 13. Additionally, Fowler was the historian and code scholar for the ANA Steering Committee. So I'm going to highlight one of her recent books, Guide to the Code of Ethics for Nurses with Interpretive Statements. It is in this guide that Fowler seeks to explain how nursing is responsible to contribute to a good society by taking seriously the obligations, skills, and virtues required to protect the rights of patients while seeking to limit risks and the vulnerabilities of the whole person. So as I reflect on my work in the classroom with my students and in nursing research, this guide is truly inspirational and serves as the source for ethical conduct. As we know, there are 9 provisions in the current Code of Ethics, and the Code of Ethics Provision 7 states that the nurse, in all roles and settings, advances the profession through research and scholarly inquiry, professional standards developments, and the generation of both nursing and health policy. So in upholding Provision 7, every nurse may not conduct his or her own research, but that nurse can certainly interact with nurse researchers to maintain knowledge of best current practices. For those nurses that do participate in conducting research, it's understood that human subjects will be protected from harm and be shown respect. No matter the setting, according to Fowler, the nurse's allegiance is always to the patient and not the research study. Fowler inspires us all to incorporate religious traditions and culture into the care of our patients. It's not merely a checkbox on the form. No, not at all. The guide of the Code of Ethics addresses the historical impact and reinforces the necessity of the obligations of ethical standards. Fowler acknowledges that nurses are in a very unique position within the healthcare system to ensure that we continue to live up to our moral values and we actively work to improve the health of the public. You know, we are so fortunate to have such a visionary and nurse legend in our midst. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today, and I'd be happy to entertain any comments or questions that you may have. I've embedded the resources that I've used for this presentation on our link. Thank you so much.